So we were going in a tunnel in Croatia. We are going to die. Yeah, seems like some people stop for you because they are basically curious.
Yeah.
They want to help out and at the same time understand, like, why would you choose to do this?
Yeah.
What is your biggest fear? Do you have some specific fear?
I have a few.
Hello, it's the editor here. Just as a little side note, this was the first podcast I have ever recorded, and so I didn't really know what to do. I didn't plan any questions. This basically ended up being just a conversation between friends. And I forgot to record an intro. So to give you some context, as most of you know, I'm hitchhiking from Portugal to Australia, and this was recorded in Slovakia, where Sam hosted me for a few days. And basically we ended up just talking a little bit about hitchhiking, shared some hitchhiking stories, and I feel like the first 5 minutes or so were not so fluid because we were still trying to understand where the conversation would lead us to. But after that we got a bit more flow, so yeah, just bear with me for the first minutes and enjoy the podcast.
Okay, so do you want to make a little presentation of yourself?
Sounds like a class in school. Okay. So, hi, I'm Samuel. I'm from Slovakia, and I'm a former volunteer. I would volunteer also at this time. Now I live here in Slovakia for a while, and as Anna here, I also like hitchhiking, and I used to hitchhike a bit in the past. So I assume that is what's gonna be interview about. I don't know.
Yes. So yeah, it's precisely that. Sam is the person who got me into hitchhiking. My first time was in Greece. And yeah, it's because of him that I'm doing this trip, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask some questions of like why you started hitchhiking and what it brings to you.
Yeah, I would also ask myself, why would I start hitchhiking in Greece? Because that's definitely something you want to think, twice about or avoid, basically. Not that we don't like Greece or Greek people, they are lovely. And Greece is a beautiful country, yeah. But the hitchhiking there can be really, really a challenge.
Tough, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So when you started hitchhiking?
Well, I hitchhiked first time when I was 18 or 17. I was in high school and my brother was doing his gap year or something like that. Gap life started and he started to travel around Europe. And he came for summer back to Slovakia and he asked me whether I'd like to join him for some time. So I joined him and he had a goal, he had a destination he wanted to reach, and that was in Lithuania. It was 2015, yes. In 2015, there was a European rainbow family gathering in Lithuania, so we wanted to get there. And so we had around 2 weeks to get there or something like that. So enough time with hitchhiking, not stressful at all. It was my first experience, so I learned a lot from him, from my brother back then, like those kind of stupid things that I would never do nowadays. Like I went in Converse, like shoes. My feet were basically full of blisters just like after a few days. Yeah, and we had fun. We met amazing people in North. They took us, it was Friday, they took us to their home garden party. One guy even knows Slovak national anthem, so he was singing, we were drinking slivovica. It was really nice time. And we also hitchhiked back home from there after 2 weeks being there. And that was very quick because just outside of the Lithuanian border, already in Poland, we got picked up by a Latvian couple, sculptors. In Latvia, they are famous sculptors. Like they were showing us, they were actually going to Switzerland to a thing. And we were completely cramped, packed in an old Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah.
And they took us all the way. They were supposed to go through Czechia because you don't go from Latvia to Switzerland through Slovakia. But they changed their plans and then we went to Slovakia. We went to Žilina, to the city in north here, hanged out, and yeah, so they took us all the way basically to home almost.
That's so cool. Sometimes you just meet people like that, like they,
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, sure, I go there. Like, I wasn't going, but now I will.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
people tend to change sometimes. They're like, because they want to help out and they
Yeah.
connect with you. So, and if they are not in like somewhere going even,
Yeah, if they're not in a rush.
so that's the big goal, I think. The very nice thing that you can get around hitchhiking, that you get what you maybe don't want, but you need.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Rolling Stones. I'm sorry.
it's okay. Yeah, but sometimes you just don't expect, like, for me at least, I expect nice things from people already because of the experiences I have.
Yeah.
But somehow there's always someone that will exceed those expectations, and I'm just like, people are so nice.
Yeah. So, how was your travel until now?
This trip?
Yeah. You're in Slovakia, and she's already coming from Portugal. So
Yeah. No, so far it's been amazing. Like, I've had very, very nice people picking me up. Of course, like, most of the rides are like just the basic conversation because they're also short and you can't. There's not enough time to actually go past the superficial, let's say. But yeah, I've been having like super interesting conversation, meeting also some past hitchhikers, which is also really nice as well. And yeah, meeting people from very diverse backgrounds. It's one of the things I love the most, because you find yourself sometimes like 1 hour, 2 hours in the same car with a person that most of the times you would not meet, or if you were to meet, I don't know, it's not the type of person that will catch your eye because you are so different. But in that car, you need to talk.
get to meet,
Yeah, and you get to hear like other perspectives, and they as well. Like they most of the times wouldn't speak to some kind of traveler that is like sleeping whatever and hitchhiking around, and they are like, "Oh, so you do this?" And I don't know. I think it also opens like some perspective for them.
Yeah, seems like some people stop for you because they are basically curious.
Yeah.
They want to help out and at the same time understand like, why would you choose to do this?
Yeah.
So with those kind of people, you get very nice conversations. They're like curtains sometimes shatter.
Yeah, I have a lot of people asking, but you're not afraid that you're going to meet someone bad? And I'm like, the people that stop, it's people like you, that they think everyone is bad, but then there are just nice people that, like, even though they usually don't do this, they still stop to help me out.
Yeah, there is no time for people to think about mean things if they are seeing Hitchhiker.
Yeah.
So I think probably more car drivers are like ones who are feeling fear of a person coming inside of the car, because they have less time to think about anything than we do. If we are standing by the road, at least that's how I seen it. Yeah,
for sure. We can always just reject it. I mean, they can also stop and then say, "Oh, no, actually, I'm not going there." But yeah, I feel like once they stop, if they go in our direction.
Did you refuse sometimes to go inside of the car?
In this trip, only once, but in other trips, in general, I think I've rejected like 3 times.
Okay.
Just because I wasn't feeling the vibe. And yeah, if my instinct is telling me like, don't go inside the car, then I don't go. And yeah, I'm a bit afraid that if at some point, like I'm imagine 4 hours waiting and then someone finally stops and I really want to get out of there, I'm a bit afraid that I won't trust my instinct.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will try to keep as true as possible to that.
Yeah, that happened to me in a sense. I was waiting, maybe not 4 hours, but I was waiting kind of 2 hours. I was actually counting. It was out of Dubrovnik, behind the bridge. Very nice spot. One would say that it's a perfect spot. Also, it says Hitchhiking and these places. And I was still waiting there. It was lunch, summertime, or after summer, I don't know, like September. And it was around 300 cars, 350 that passed.
Oh, wow.
And the 400 or 399, the guy stopped. And I was like, okay, let's go there. I really rushed.
Yeah.
And the guy stopped because he wanted to just drink the Coke that he had next to him. And I was like, man, really? And he's like, but are you going somewhere? I was like, yeah, I'm hitchhiking here. I'm going somewhere. It's like, okay, I can take you. And that's the way, like, where you need to maybe think about it. Like, I should have think about it. I would not go inside, but he was not a bad guy or bad person. He was just a weird person. Like, sometimes you meet weird people
Yeah.
because we are also weird for somebody, but this was like asking like weird questions, personal questions straight away, like unusual type of driving, like I was like, okay. And in the end, he decided to let me go. We stopped for a break. And then he told me, okay, I need to get to some sleep. So I'm going to sleep. So you need to go away. So I was like, okay, good. Actually, he decided for me.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you were.
But yeah, sometimes you have to have that kind of like sixth sense on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I also had, I don't remember if I told you this off camera, but in Spain there was a guy that he stopped and like he was going in my direction. It took me for like 1 hour and a half, I think, or 1 hour. Right away, first thing is that he asked me, can you put your phone on airplane mode? I'm like, sure. Okay. I put only one because I have another one. But then like he had a device that is like anti-radiation device.
Okay.
And
some kind of chemtrails person.
Yeah, wait. So
Okay.
basically we had like the first maybe 10 minutes.
Chemtrails.
I don't even know what that is.
The condensation line from airplanes, and the thing that people believe that is like lead.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like
the airplane mode was also because of that. Like it didn't like the radiation from the phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had like maybe the first 10 minutes like normal conversation. Where are you from? What do you do? Whatever. And then out of nowhere he asks, "Do you believe in God?" And I was like, "This is going to be interesting," because if you ask that question, either you really don't believe it, or you like it's like super important for you,
Yeah.
And usually it's not just like a passive
There's
question,
You want to get somewhere from there, yeah.
Yeah. So like probably he really believes and is also onto other stuff. And I was right. So basically he's anti-vax. He believes the earth is flat. Viruses are just a theory. Like a bunch of these things. So like the whole ride was like, how do you call these people? Like conspiracy theory person,
Yeah.
So, and it was going like super deep because I was feeling him because I really like to understand how these people think. So it was like super interesting ride. So much so that like he stopped to leave me at the place and we were still talking for 10 minutes with the car stopped.
Wow.
Because he was like, yeah, it's a bit of a, like different person. But he was like very kind.
Yeah.
And then like we stopped and it was like in a gas station. And he went around asking people like if they could take me, whatever.
What?
Like, it didn't work because most people were not going where I wanted.
Was super kind.
But yeah, he was like very, very kind. But yeah, is one of those people that's like a jackpot when you find because you just know you're going to go into different stuff.
But that's the beauty, you see, like you had conversation.
Yeah.
And if both sides of, even from beginning, you can see the point where you're gonna disagree with each other, and you still, have the curiosity to open up, to understand the other's perspective. I had the same thing, like in one of the topics that I do not like to talk about so much, because it puts like people in very defensive mode, and it's war, politics, everything that shit is going on, you never know. And I have also my ideas and my stance behind that, like behind the thing, and like I will stop by this guy, elderly guy, and we were just a few minutes inside of the car, and he asked like don't mind me, like I'm just curious because you're young, and I don't get to spend so much time around young people, and you are also from Slavic country. So from former Soviet Union satellite countries, in a sense. So he asked me like, what is your opinion about Ukraine-Russia war? How do you feel about it? Like, what do you think is the thing going on? And we seemingly, like, we were on a different ends of the same coin, I would call it. But the way that we discussed, that we talked was amazing, because we were asking questions, like wanting to know why the other one thinks these things and those things and stuff like that. And that was very pleasant conversation. So then I realized that it's not about the topic itself, it's always about how people talk.
It's about like being open to hear about different opinions, I think. Because I can sometimes, like, I don't know, I can be with someone that, it's the complete opposite on like a bunch of things. Like, I'm vegan, they are like carnivore or like super high fat keto, whatever. I'm like completely non-religious. They believe like God is the most important thing. But if we are both like, okay, let's talk. Like we won't agree probably, but we can try to understand where the other person comes from. Then you can have some of the best conversation. And it also makes you like, I think a bit more respectful towards people that have different opinions. Because it's easy, like if you're in your own bubble only, it's easier to see the outsiders as like bad people, or I don't know, they don't know what they're talking about, whatever. In this sense, you understand, like, no, there are actually people that they also do their research, they are curious, whatever. But maybe they have different, I don't know, they came across different information, different tools, different people. And it's not necessarily that they are like, I don't know, they don't know what they are doing. They just took a different path.
No. Not start the conversation because you want to persuade somebody, or
for sure,
to make somebody understand you, but just to share, and to want to hear out the other one, basically. Hitchhiking helps that. Go for it.
So, and do you want to tell like your top 3 hitchhiking stories, or your best if you have? Like when you think about like good experiences with hitchhiking, what comes to your mind?
Okay, I have one that always comes to my mind straight away. It's so few hours after this Dubrovnik weird guy happened to me, I got all the way to Split, and it was sunset basically in a few minutes. And the guy was telling me, like, don't go to petrol station. There is nobody on petrol station at this time. If there is gonna be cars, it's gonna be at the point where you enter the highway and you pay, I don't know, gates, whatever to call it. So, and if you're gonna catch somebody, good for you. If not, you can just go down somewhere to the meadow or sleep somewhere, and it's fine, or to sit if you will. So I was like, okay, let's go there. It was like 5 minutes sunset, like the sun goes down, and I'm like, I'm not hitchhiking after the sun's down, because fucks my rhythm.
Don't do that, kids.
I mean, okay, that's another chapter. But so I just put my thumb, and one of the very first cars, the guy stopped by, and he was like, come in. And where you go? And I'm like, I'm going wherever you go towards north. And he's like, I'm going to Zagreb. And I'm like, okay, that's 400 kilometers or something, basically all the way, all like Croatia in one day. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And he told me like, okay, I stopped. I see you have a guitar. I stopped by because I used to have a guitar and I like guitarists and I never learned. And I also used to hitchhike. So I told myself back then that I always will stop for a hitchhiker, even though I don't see many of them now. I'm like, okay. And he told me we're going to stop by a petrol station. And he went to petrol station. He put also gasoline, I don't remember. And he brought some snacks and he brought some beer. And that's not a very good sign when the driver buys a beer and doesn't offer you.
So, he didn't?
No, he didn't offer it to me. He was like...
Yeah.
And not that I wanted him to offer, but to understand the driver would drink it. So that's not the best thing to do. Don't drink and drive. And then we started talking, and he told me that the actual reason is not that he stopped for me is not because I have a guitar or he used to hitchhike, but the fact that he has panic attacks. in certain situations. And he knew that he's gonna have a panic attack if he has somebody in his car because it happens to him. But he's fighting the attacks now, and he knows that he has to face the fears and the attacks. So he had to stop for me to not try to run away from attacks, because they will just go after you. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's good to know from you. Like, thank you for honesty. How can I help you with panic attacks? And he's like, you cannot really help me out in a sense. I will tell you when it's coming to me, and I will do my mantra, my like breathing and my focusing on stuff. And that's it. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't know what is coming. I mean, like, I know some people have panic attacks, but I don't know how they cope with them or go with them. And he told me also that his brain, that's why he bought a beer, because he wanted to escape. He didn't drink it in the end. He left it there. But he just had to buy it to be sure that he has the remedy or something if something fucks up and screws up. So in the end, we were going and we were approaching tunnels, because in Croatia there is a lot of tunnels. And he shares with me, like, okay, listen up. I'm gonna have a panic attack in a tunnel. It's 15 kilometers long. My brain already told me, like, we're gonna have a panic attack. So he started this mantra. He was listening, and the basic principle of being with a panic attack and trying to overcome is that you have a panic attack because you already believe something that you told to yourself, like a fear or like something that's going to happen. And he, in his head, told himself that he's going to have a heart attack in the tunnel.
Okay.
That we're going to die. And he told this to me, and I'm like, okay, it's like what we can do. So he started his mantra, and the principle is that you have to repeat this sentence that you told yourself very slowly, out loud. So he started doing that, and we were going, and he was like, I am going to die in a tunnel. And he went on for a while, and then I asked him, like, if I can join, and he was like, yeah, please. Because he started to feel weird next to me saying these things.
Yeah.
So obviously I felt weird too, and I wanted to help him out, and he told me that it helped really much, because he didn't also have this voice in his head that he looks like a weird guy. So we were going in a tunnel in Croatia. We are going to die. So that was I really like this memory in my head. First of all, it was funny. It was chill and light, had like very light atmosphere. The guy was nice, and I learned how to deal with panic attacks if I ever have one, or if I ever know somebody who has a panic attack. So I think I will never forget this guy.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of an unforgettable experience for sure.
He was so sweet. He was like, we came out of the lot of tunnels in a row. We had a bit of no tunnel in front of us. Like, okay, I feel better now. Ooh, that's cool. So how are you? He started to ask me, I see you have a climbing shoes. My friend was a climber. She used to climb. And how do you, you use your rope, right? And it's like, can you tell me? And fuck, that's height. I'm actually afraid of heights. That's gonna give me panic attack. Sorry, no. I really like to know, but I don't want to have another panic attack. So I was like, okay.
So as soon as the tunnel finished, he opened up.
Yeah, he opened up, but I didn't tell him about climbing because I didn't want him to have another panic attack.
Yeah, that was probably a wise decision.
Yeah. So this guy is definitely a winner for me. Yeah. And I got all the way to Zagreb, which then it very much helped me to get to where I didn't want, because I got to Slovenia, even though I'm from Slovakia. Well, that's another story, yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same for most of the people. Even for us, whatever. You speak the one language, you understand the other one, blah.
Yeah.
There is this type of ride that I really like, and it's also about people, and it comes always when it's needed the most, and it's the silent ride. and it's that ride that you really need it. Like,
For sure.
you go all day, few days in a row, you're always, because when you get into the car, people are curious, people are nice, you want to be cheered up, you don't want to look tired or sad, you start talking, oh, where are you going, how is this going on, like blah 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 blah.
What do you do for your life?
Yeah, and you are going always these conversations, but it piles up.
Yeah.
You know, you get tired sometimes, and you also sometimes sad or feeling low, blue, whatever. And then this ride comes and it hits just like, exactly.
Yeah.
You sit down, it's like, hi, where you go? Zagreb. Okay, I can take you. Good. And that's it. You can sleep, you can rest, you cannot, you feel that you don't
feel
have
safe
to talk.
And
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
That I really like this. It's not a specific ride, but I really like that it works like this sometimes.
Yeah, same. For me, it happens mostly with like when it's more than one person in the car.
Yeah.
So a family or like two friends, whatever. And I go in the back. And of course, if they want to talk, I'm super happy to talk. But sometimes they just like, I don't know, either they don't speak much English and they ask just the basic questions. And then they start talking between each other. Or it happens also that it's like a family that they are like on a long road trip. And they have clearly been in the same car for like 4 hours. And now they are not feeling the vibe anymore. So everyone is like quiet, maybe listening to some music. I'm like, good. I'm sleeping. So yeah, those are very necessary rides. They don't stay as much as like in your memory because there's not much to remember other than I rested. But they are very much welcome. For sure. Yeah, I think you can also share it. Like you know this one, I think, this story because I was going to meet you in Slovenia. But I was going from Croatia to Slovenia, but I rode to Trieste because the road was going in that direction. And so I was like in a bad spot because I was hoping that the cars would come from this side to go to the highway, but no one was coming from this side. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to switch to that side because there was also people coming. I was still like not trying to hitchhike. I just had my sign and was walking. And the like black big van stopped and I was like, is it for me? Like I was not sure because I didn't even know if they were watching the sign. And like I started kind of running, like let's not make them lose time. And then a guy comes out, he's like, okay, so we are doing a bike documentary. So we are following some cyclists that they are cycling across all Slovenia. So we are going to Trieste and we can take you if you want, but it is going to take like 3 times or 4 times more like longer than if you were to take a normal car. Do you want to come? And I'm like, of course, like who would refuse this, So like I get in the car, it's like kind of like advanced filming equipment and like it's clearly like a filming type of van.
Okay. Like a crew for them.
Yeah, and they were from Spain and I was like, hey, nice,
okay,
you're going to speak
Spain.
Spanish. They were from Barcelona, which is like my sister also loves that city and like I know it's nice vibe. So like the whole ride we were going kind of slow, stopping in a lot of places so that could like take pictures or videos or whatever, like in little villages, and they were like very keen on the details because like they film. And then every now and then we would stop and like film the cyclist for like a few seconds or whatever. Then at some point we also stopped in a gas station. The cyclist was like resting and eating, and I was also talking a bit to him. And like the whole ride felt kind of like a road trip with friends. Because they were all like kind of like late 20s kind of vibe. Super cool people, always asking me also like stuff. They kind of did an interview to me also. Like, so what are you doing? Why do you hitchhike? Whatever.
Or maybe you made to the documentary.
Yeah, they said so, but they still haven't released the documentary. Because now I follow them on Instagram. Okay. And I haven't seen anything about the documentary. So I don't know exactly what happened. But they said like, this is also going to be on the documentary or whatever. And then they ended up leaving me like very close to your place. I thought that I was on the other side of the hill, but whatever. So they were like super, super cool. They also made like a detour to leave me on the village. And I think that's the best ride because it's so random, let's say.
Yeah, it brings it's kind of weird. You're like, why? What is this? Why is this happening?
What's the likelihood that someone that is filming a bike documentary is stopping for you? But for me, in general, the best ride is like when, how do you say, like someone that used to hitchhike stops, and they're like, yeah, I stopped because I also hitchhiked a lot when I was younger, and so now I see people and I want to help, whatever. And then the whole ride is like sharing hitchhiking stories, and and they get you. Like you don't need to explain, yeah, I do this because, and no, it's not so dangerous, whatever. Because sometimes it can also get a bit like repetitive, these questions.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
you not afraid? People are bad. And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah, the best thing is when you don't actually get there, in a sense, you know, like those kind of rides where you're talking and like people that stopped for you already kind of know, or they're not interested in this, maybe, I wouldn't say, well, maybe I would say trivial thing, like especially for a hitchhiker, and you already go with the direction in discussion somewhere else, for example.
Yeah.
So those are usually the most memorable one that you have. And yeah, there is also a pity sometimes that you get into car and you already have a feeling of these people being like really, you would vibe, you know, you would talk and stuff, but you just go next village. They take you just somewhere next because
no, that's terrible. Yeah.
because they go to their grandparents something, or and you just have to go different direction, and you feel like, okay, yeah, could have been.
Yeah, could have been like 3-hour ride, super nice. Yeah, for sure.
And it's also a bit stressful, these kind of rides, because the moment you're sitting in a car, the first thing you need to realize is where you're gonna take off.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna take you, and if it's just 10 minutes, right? Basically, you're just like sitting there, looking. You go out, bye.
Yeah.
And that's a pity, as I said.
For sure. Yeah, but one thing I also really like is when they start asking, like we go the superficial stuff. Why are you here? What are you doing? Whatever. And like right away they start asking more questions like, so how are you feeling right now? But like really, you know, they don't just want to know like, I'm excited, you know, like how are you feeling? What are your fears? What's like these kind of questions I really like Eric from the last ride, he was asking questions like these because he used to be a hitchhiker. So he's like, I kind of remember how I used to feel. I'm very curious on how you feel by doing such a big trip, but like he wanted like actually know. So yeah, I went like quite like deep on like my fears and whatever, and it was very nice because I felt like he genuinely cared, you know.
Yeah. What is your biggest fear? Do you have some specific fear?
I have a few.
When you're hitchhiking?
Hitchhiking in general.
Well, I thought related to hitchhiking. If you want to go related to your life, please.
No, I was thinking about like the trip to Australia. But yeah, hitchhiking in general, I mean, I usually don't have it present in my head. But there's always the fear of like some man stopping and like he tries to you know, touch you, or like inappropriate questions. I'm already unfortunately quite used to, but I kind of know what to. And yeah, thankfully no one ever tried to. I mean, someone does like these, whatever, kind of like nowhere. I'll like once in a while just touching my arm, and I'm like, what the fuck, why are you doing this? But I just like, so I'm like this, and all of a sudden I'm like this, and I think they understand. But yeah, thankfully that happened when I was with another girl, so I wasn't alone. But yeah, there's always that biggest fear. I think it's probably the biggest fear for most hitchhikers that are women. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I have any big fears.
I would also not like to be touched.
Yeah, for sure.
Would be stopped, or by women anyway. So.
Yeah.
But it's vulnerability that I understand.
Yeah. Then I guess you could also say like that they just don't know how to drive safely, you know. But like, what will I do? Like, learn how to drive.
Yeah, like a super quick drivers in the middle of the city or wherever.
Yeah, they are just.
That's something where I'm starting to check, like, okay, where can I get off?
Yeah. Oh, also, yeah. Okay, this is a big fear. That's what you're saying. Like, you need to check where to live. That they leave me in a bad place, because it had happened sometimes in this trip. They just leave me like in a deserted gas station, or in a gas station that like, okay, there's a lot of people, but they all go just to the next village. Like, they don't even enter the highway, and they're like, Yeah, I'm stuck at McDonald's.
Amazing.
Nice. For 3 hours I was there. But yeah, that's a big one that I don't know, or like I know, but they don't live in the right place, you know. But yeah, I feel like most people, they tend to assume like it's very dangerous and they have like a bunch of fears in their head. But for me, when I'm hitchhiking, I'm not thinking about any of those. For me, I don't know, hitchhiking is just like super nice stuff. But about the trip itself, I have a few fears. I think the first one is that I don't let myself go as free as I would like to, because I have a lot of things in my head. And I was talking about this with my hosting friends, that I have a lot of kind of, not necessarily dates, not specific dates, but like I would like to get to Nepal before it starts to get like very cold and snowy, whatever, to do some treks. I would like to get to the Philippines before it starts the typhoon season.
Oh, when does it start there?
May, I think. So 1 year and a few months. There are some things I have in my head, whatever. And I wouldn't like this trip to take like 2 years, 2 years and a half. But I'm afraid that because of those constraints that I put on myself, I won't be enjoying the present as much. You know, like I'm in a good spot that I'm about to stay for 1 week and a half, but actually I would like to stay 1 month. But I don't allow myself that because I'm afraid of losing these things. So like being so afraid of losing what I'm expecting from the future, that I don't live the present.
That's a danger you can go through.
Yeah.
To be afraid of losing future, but you lose presence basically. Yeah. So you just need to allow yourself, in a sense, okay, I'm here, I'm gonna stay here for a while, and that's fine. Like, you know, Philippines are not gonna go anywhere unless the sea level rises super quickly.
Yeah, it's true. I think I'm starting to let go a bit of that, being more chill, but yeah, still not like where I want to be, I think. Any like super scary hitchhiking story?
Super scary hitchhiking. So one there was this guy who just stabbed. No, I didn't have any super hit. So the most scary was guy going 180.
Oh yeah.
In a small roads, not even highway.
Oh.
Yeah. But he knew what he was doing. He had also like a walkie-talkie. And they were, you know, always letting each other know in the region where is the police.
Oh, okay.
So they could go. And I'm like, okay, that makes me feel safe.
Okay, that's a nice strategy.
No, yeah, there is no. I haven't. Thankfully, I don't have any like experience like that. The most, I think, benign, most like how to say it, the very nice thing people do when you hitchhike, and that always make you smile and makes up your day, is when they give you something like a water. Like when I was in Greece and Albania, people gave out water, and that was just precious, like really, because there is no drinking water accessible at some place, most of the places. So if people offer you something, whether it's water or some sweets or sometimes even food, you know, I was bought like bag of chips, you know, like cookies, baguettes and these things. And it's like, it's really, you know.
You don't expect it.
You don't expect, like, but it really makes you, like, there was a lady who gave me a bag of oranges in Portugal, in South.
That's so nice.
That was really something. And I went back to her because it was in a shop, in a fruteria, like a fruit shop. And I wanted to buy a water because I forgotten that I don't have water. So I came for water and she gave me 2 bottles of water for free on top of that. And I was like, I'd like to pay. And she's like, you don't have to pay. I have my sons. I know how you feel. And I was like, what? So these kind of things make up most of, like, this is what you remember, not the thing that somebody like, okay, maybe not talking to you or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. On this trip, I've had a few people giving me some things like that. Also, one guy that he brought me to Zurich, he just went like now you need to take the train to go to the place that you actually want to go. I go with you to explain you because it's a bit complicated. And then as I was like searching for my wallet to pay whatever, like I found it, I look and it's giving me the ticket already. And I was like, no, you don't need to do this. And he's like, no, it's my contribution. I really love what you're doing. Really, like, I like this idea. I like your mindset, whatever. Oh. Take it from, like, as a present, you know? And I was just like, can I give you a hug? And yeah, I don't know. He was very nice guy and, like, nice in a respectful way. Like, he's a father and whatever. So yeah, these people always, like, they just brighten my day. Yeah, they brighten up. Yeah. One thing I love a lot, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, if you also feel like this, but there are some guys that right in the beginning of the journey, you understand, like, they have a daughter. I don't know if you understand they have a son, but, like, the way they treat you is, like, how, like, most guys would treat, like, their daughter, you know? Super respectful, super, like, very, like, do you need anything? What can I do to make you feel, like, I don't know, safe in general? Yeah. I wouldn't put it that way because I don't think I would ever put that in that way. But yeah, I understand, like, when they want to make me feel safe. Yeah. Yeah. Once actually when I was in Portugal and hitchhiking, it was very funny. Just a few moments before that oranges, what happened was that I was hitchhiking. No, it was after oranges. I'm sorry. I was eating these oranges and hitchhiking, and the car that stopped was my friends being on a road trip. They also decided after some days that I left the place where we worked together, they're gonna go on a vacation and stuff. Yeah. And we met and they stopped. That's super nice. I was like, well, there are not big, you know, like chances that you at the same time they're gonna be on the road there, which is south. And like, okay. So I got a ride. Very good ride there. They were very nice people. Yeah. Something similar happened to me and Dinia, so it's a mutual friend from the place we were volunteering in Greece. So we were hitchhiking towards north, so to Livalula. And there had been this tree planting event in Hopeland, where a lot of people from different eco communities came. And there was these guys from Southern Hills or Cobb, Greece, I don't remember. Okay. And then we were hitchhiking to Livalula and they stopped because they were also going to some other community more towards that direction. So, like, they stopped and were like, hi, sorry, do you go? We know you. You were in the tree planting event. And we're like, oh, yeah, you're from Hopeland, wherever. So then we were, like, also kind of packed in the car because there were three and they had a lot of stuff. So the two of us were like, okay, let's just fit here. And yeah, it was super nice. Like, we already knew they were super cool. But at the tree planting, because there were so many people, like, we didn't have time to talk a lot, like, to every person. And with them, like, I was talking a bit, but, you know, like, maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. So then we got to talk a bit more about their community and what they were doing. And yeah, it was very nice, right? Like, also very random, like, what? we just were together, like, a few days ago. But, yeah. One last thing maybe that came to my mind is that when we are talking about hitchhiking or when we have friends and family and they ask about hitchhiking and stuff like that, it's always connected about road trips and going somewhere. But actually, it used to be a very convenient way of traveling around Europe in past and in here, and people don't do it so much anymore. Yeah. But for short distances, if you don't have to hurry, which sometimes is good not to hurry, it's worth completely to, you know, try to hitchhike. Like, now we do it seldomly, like when we are coming from climbing, we go climbing to rocks with my friend, and there is basically no buses at certain point in afternoon because it's in mountains. So we have no other option because we don't have car. So we just stop by road and there are cars coming. So somebody picks you up. The first city is our city. So the chances are like 99% that they are going all the way to city. Yeah. So, and you meet people, you have to talk a bit, and it's a nice experience. So I would suggest you to try it. Yeah. That was for advertisement purposes. No, I like you. We can create a hitchhiking company somehow. What would the company be about? I don't know. About promoting hitchhiking. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah. No, but for sure, yeah. I a lot of people that pick me up, they say like, oh yeah, I used to hitchhike to, like, to go to the beach, or like just to go to some
I wish I
party.
could hitchhike to go to the beach,
Yeah,
but it's
you
8
have
hours.
a long way. Yeah, or also some people like, oh yeah, sometimes I like the train would take too long, so I just hitchhiked. And in France, this happened a lot. I don't know what's the problem with the French trains, but a lot of people tell me this.
Yeah, probably hitchhiking
Yeah.
would work here better than trains, maybe also in this country.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's at the same time like very good and very sad to hear like a lot of people, like 40, 50-year-old people saying like, oh yeah, back in the day there was a lot of people hitchhiking, and like it makes me like, oh, that's so nice. But then I'm like, oh, but today there's not, you know.
Yeah.
Although I feel like, I don't know if it's because now I'm entering the
It is.
niche of hitchhiking, but I don't know, I feel like there are more people doing it now than maybe 5 years ago or something.
Oh, I think it is increasing since COVID.
Okay.
I think COVID was completely, bottom.
Yeah.
After that, it can go only up. And it is increasing. And I think also the generation of young people, which is still us, I hope, is still like more prone to do these things and not to buy tickets, to understand that being, broke can benefit you from having friends and experiences.
Traveling without money gives you really good things.
Yeah, you have a lot of freedom. You can dumpster dive. You can fast. So fasting is sometimes also good. You don't have to overeat over everything.
Yeah.
You're not promoting consumerism. So yeah. So maybe I think it's both. I think you're also in a niche, so you see it more.
Yeah.
You get stopped by people who are more, likely. But also, it's of course it's not on its peak, and it can get only better. For sure.
Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah. So where we go? Belgrade.
No, Belgrade. I mean, I might. I don't know. I would like to go to Romania, but if I go to Serbia, that's also okay.
Okay. What do you have in Romania?
Nothing.
Well, that's a good reason to go there.
I don't know. I like Romanian drivers. They are always very funny and random, and and it's likely that a lot of trucks go from Hungary to Romania. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's it. Give hitchhiking a try. Pick up some hitchhikers.
Oh yeah, always pick a hitchhiker. Always pick a hitchhiker. I mean, that's not even like,
Yeah, you can go alone, or you can have nice company.
Yeah, or you can help out somebody, brighten up somebody's day. But yeah, you already know that if you're watching this.
Yeah, have fun, safe travels. Bye. Okay.